Hey guys, how's it going? How are you? You are tuning in to the Deepened Roots Podcast. My name is Carol Olker, and I am a health and life coach, more specifically, a personal power coach. I help you deepen your personal power by uprooting the inherited mindsets designed to keep you hidden. In my practice, we focus on inherited language around thoughts, internal shame around feelings, and external shame around actions that perpetuate the cycle around these thoughts and feelings, which is a result of personal relationship, society, and let's just face it, patriarchy. Deepened Roots podcast has been created to give listeners an opportunity to connect how our inherited mindsets can lift up or mess up your personal power. Feeling your feelings, dealing with your feelings, healing in your feelings, trusting your gut while you pull away from the noise and get grounded in yourself. Now that is the beginning of taking control of your personal power. However, you need to in a way that serves you. Now, let's get started. This is audio episode 49. And happy February 1st, everyone. Welcome to my first live streamed podcast episode. So I'm live streaming to LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and then the audio is going to be published as a podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts and Anchor, which is super exciting. And I see Tim Sohn. So thank you so much for showing up, Tim Sohn. Oh my gosh. He says, let's go. So I'm super excited. Yes, thank you so much. And what's even more exciting is that it is Black History Month. For those who look at my Instagram stories, Black History Month is pretty much every month and day. And I strive to incorporate Hispanic, Asian, Indigenous material as well, in addition to LGBTQIA plus information and allyship, because I am part of the LGBTQIA plus community. Already, and the last month, this past month, and the first month of 2022, we've lost some people known in the media and entertainment and whatnot. We've lost Ian Alexander Jr. He was a DJ and the son of Regina King. And we've lost Chesley Christ. She was an attorney 2019 Miss USA, and she was an extra correspondent. We lost him to suicide, not to mention countless others not in the media spotlight who have decided it's better to simply extinguish their own light. And we're continuing to lose people from COVID, especially in the Black community, who may not have the financial or physical resources to get medical care, or there may be a deep-seated mistrust in receiving medical care and medical information. And mental health, there's a stigma around mental health and receiving care around it that's not only important to read up on, especially regarding the Black community, but equally important to check up on people who you think may just be able to handle it. Historically, there's been this assumed notion that people in the Black community can withstand mental, emotional, physical pain because they've had to. And even when that's true for anyone you may know, that does not mean anyone needs to be checked up on or cared for any less. And despite this misconception historically, there have been so many medical breakthroughs created by Black physicians and scientists, especially Black female physicians and scientists. And self-care, the Black Panthers in the 60s took that concept and they ran with it, particularly with the focus on self-preservation while enduring protests and then some during the height of the civil rights movement. Activists Angela Davis and Erica Huggins saw the importance of focusing on self-care for Black women especially, since that was lacking in the Black Panthers as a whole. And Angela Davis, to this day, has the philosophy of there is no self-care without community care. And since it is Black History Month, I encourage everyone to read up on this month and every month. The more we learn about others with whom we do or do not share the same experience, the more we can learn about ourselves and how to truly be connectedly human. So I've got to ask, because either everyone is busy going about their day or my restream is broken. I've got to ask, what's come up for you just now, and how are you going to celebrate Black History Month? So, since this is my first time live streaming, if anyone, you know, is having issues listening to this, the picture's all weird, all of that, just let me know for sure so that I know. But going on, you know, all of this, it carries on to the Deepened Roots philosophy. And in my podcasts, I've had a substantial amount of episodes that touch on this often and touch on personal power, touch on gut health, touch on all of it, right? It is relatively new, and the LinkedIn, YouTube sphere, really getting myself out there. But the Deepened Roots personal, or the philosophy on personal power, is so much more than on an individual basis. When you tune into Deepened Roots podcast, you truly are getting content wrapped around helping you uncover your personal power by uprooting the inherited mindsets that keep you hidden. Inherited as in generational, societal, patriarchal, etc. And that requires me to talk about all the isms, or I'm just talking to talk. The language around what gives others power while it takes it away from everyone else is the same language that keeps you from honing in on your personal power. And with that, I want to talk about just being. The start of all new years puts on the pressure to do. You want to lose 15 pounds so that your partner will be more interested in you again, or you'll get that self-confidence back. Apparently, everything just falls in place. We have that hopes for ourselves. You want to find the soulmate of your dreams because you're getting older, or you want to step up in your career or make $1 million during your first year of entrepreneurship because everyone else seems to be doing it. Stepping into your personal power means owning and loving yourself in the now. There's no way in hell you can love yourself when you're able to fit in your pre-pandemic jeans again, and that's it. No other habits to go around that, because then you're ignoring the fact that maybe you need to not be with your partner anymore if the key to their happiness with you is losing weight. Or maybe you need to achieve more personal and professional development before you're able to emotionally be ready to attract someone who aligns with who you truly are and not whose insecurities bond with yours. As for the pressure to make $1 million in your first year, you have to literally be a person who can make $1 million a year first. Loving yourself means knowing yourself, and that starts with giving yourself small opportunities every day to trust yourself, to know that the journey to what you want to do means being in your feelings and giving yourself what you need to feel safe in those feelings. It means taking a look around you, seeing what aligns with you, who you are as a person, and seeing what does not align before you start doing something about it. It takes time to be with yourself in silence and loving all the amazing things about you and in your life that are so incredibly right versus what you feel pressured to see as wrong. Without this time to be, to think and feel without asserting self judgment, you're simply going around in circles and repeating the same BS you're trying to move away from. Being places intention on doing, being puts you first and aligns your priorities. It allows you to see when your intention is to let others be in the driver's seat of your personal power and not yourself. You may need to take care of others, but taking time to see you as how you are and then objectively look at what it will take to be that person for yourself, to take care of others as well, allows a couple of things to notice how close or how far you are to being that person for yourself and to align what you need to do to get there. It also allows the love to come in, the self love, especially, and the shame to exist and disappear without squatting in every fiber of your being. Some ways to simply be: set an alarm for a time of day where you know you can simply let your brain be fully present in what you're doing. No multitasking. If you're having lunch, really take time to eat your lunch and engage in your senses, along with how your body feels while you're eating. It also allows you to know when you've had enough or when you're still hungry. Or let's say you go out for a morning walk. Leave your earbuds at home and really breathe in the air around you. Observe your surroundings. Notice how your body supports every step. The more we're aware of ourselves, the more we can grow into ourselves, and the more the external pressures of the world really don't matter. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is to live and feel alive. Notice when the negative thoughts ruminating in the past come up. Do they serve you? What serves you instead? Lean into the alignment of your most authentic self. Only you know what that alignment looks like after you reprogram yourself to sift through those inherited mindsets designed to keep you hidden. Your body, your soul will thank you for listening and honoring your personal power. And I'm still looking. I still see Mr. Tem, and that's amazing. And I wanted to talk about that first today because it is just a test run, right? And this will be edited accordingly for my podcast. And I do want to talk about a couple things, such as, so today is Tuesday. And well, first of all, I want to tell you that the music that you listen to in the beginning, uh, they're from Jatovi McDuffie. And the graphics, all the graphics, video included, yours truly, Carol Olker. And I wanted to do this with my podcast in general when it was simply audio. Have like a book of the week, song of the week, and website of the week. And I put some thought into it, especially since it is Black History Month, and just thinking about all of it, right? Self-care. It is winter time, so mental health is extremely important. It's extremely important to check on people. But the book of the week relating to Black health and wellness, the theme for Black History Month, I do have this. If you're struggling to figure out what you want to read, but you want to read something, right? To learn, to educate yourself, especially in the area of Black health and wellness. I suggest Black Man in a White Coat, A Doctor's Reflections on Race and Medicine by Damon Tweedy, MD. I've been wanting to read this myself. And so it's just a perfect opportunity. Just be like, hey, Here you go. And also, song of the week. Because I put this on Instagram once in a while. I just have random songs shared to my Instagram stories. But song of the week, In the Stone by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And if anyone has a favorite song that they love, this is my favorite for personal reasons. Uh, yeah, definitely. But if you have any favorite songs, just let me know in the comments, and I'll make that as song of the week for sure. And I'll put it on my Instagram. Also, if you're wanting to know more resources on Black History Month, uh, I suggest 28 Days of Black History.com. You can subscribe to their email list. You can also donate, because what this is it's a group of women who put together a bunch of facts, and they make sure that you have all the facts of various facts of Black History Month. So check that out if you are interested in that. And also, crickets, Tam. Hey, crickets. Just kidding. Do you want to be a guest? I'm trying to get Tam to be my guest. DM me and let's talk about it. So don't pitch me your products, but definitely let me know if you'd love to be a guest. And we will talk about what you'd like to talk about on the podcast and see if it's a good fit. And also, I'm huge on this. Do you have a show or upcoming projects that you want people to know about? A lot of us are coaches in the LinkedIn sphere, and business owners, developers, branders, et cetera, producers. Send me your promo cards and deets so I can share them on Deepened Roots Podcast. Oh, Nevex. So I can only focus on one thing sometimes, guys. And so my dear Nevex on Twitch said, got the stream on and the background while I'm turning the crank at work. Hey, thank you so much for joining, Nevex and Tam. I love you guys. And I also know it's smack dab in the middle of the day, for people on an Eastern Standard Time, earlier in the day for people on the West Coast, so mid morning, and then nighttime for people in the UK and beyond. So but y'all can watch this and hear this on the replay, and you can subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts. I will be writing a little something on one of my socials in regards to why I'm having it removed on Spotify. But you can definitely check it out on Apple and Google Podcasts as for now. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter for sure at Deepened Roots. I talk about hard hitting topics every week regarding personal power. Definitely want to get some interviews on. But I also have just, random stuff, especially my stories for now. But follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And tomorrow night, I will be on Gamers Den along with maybe Navex, maybe Tem. And it's Wednesdays at 9 p.m. And it's just a bunch of people who are gamers and who are not. And we talk about things that are breaking down barriers for people and the gaming world, and can help people in the real world as well. Real world as in not, you know, just outside of the game. Because, oftentimes when you are playing games, that is your reality for sure. I mean, we have a lot of awesome, talented gamers. So, kind of bridging that together and breaking down those barriers, which is pretty fun. And oftentimes we're just full of shenanigans. And last but not least, I mean, a lot of people know about this, and I'm super grateful and proud and excited. But we have tonight is showing up perspectives on cancer. It's every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Tonight we will have the honor of having our guest Tim McDonald on, and he will talk about his perspective with cancer. So definitely check that out as well. So thank you so much for showing up for my episode 1 live stream podcast and episode 49 of my regular podcast. And I appreciate you all big time. So love you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye.